Okay, here I am at the Oley Fair 3-day event, but I'm not going to be here but today, two hours I guess, and I'm just going to walk around and show people the evidence, and I don't think I'll need anything, but just take a couple bucks, who knows. And then, okay. They do not expect this, I know. This is a small town, and they're probably not used to any kind of free speech stuff going on. You have to be in an area where there's like controversy, and I'm sure that like these small towns don't have a lot of controversy. So I'm going to try and explain this to them and be as sweet as I can. They were very sweet to me coming in. They didn't know who I was, but they were very cute, you know. $1 million to get in, but for you it's only $5, you know, and that's to be expected. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what's going on here. I am, is there somebody like in charge who wants to know what's going on?
And you have permission to be on here? I mean, you have a stand?
No, I don't need permission. I am only stopping here as a courtesy.
And you go over to the office. They're the ones in charge.
Okay, where is that?
Work to his office. Yep, right over there, that big building right here. Right here, that big building.
The beige
Front
one?
doors, yep.
Okay, well, I'll do that.
Yep, they're in charge.
Yep. Okay, good job. Ever hear this? You want to take a look at it? There's 10 things in there make you think.
Local house or find a maintenance house.
Hello. Where's the office? Right there? Oh no, that's the men's room.
Maybe this is it over here, to your right.
I want to go in that office though. I do need to go. My left and my left.
Well, now let's do your left, okay?
Hi everyone. I'm just stopping as a courtesy. Is there someone who would like to hear me tell you what's going on here with this? Is there like a person in charge available?
Kevin.
Oh, he doesn't want to hear it. He turned his back on it. You in charge here, Kevin? No? Okay. Well, it doesn't really matter if you're like in charge. I can tell anybody.
I'm going to say go somewhere else and talk to them.
Okay.
Go outside.
Because right here we have a lot of people coming with help, and
Right.
right now is a busier time, so I would
You want to come out and you'll meet me outside? That's fine.
Fairly soon, most definitely. But I think this time I'm going to accompany you with the French fries. Definitely. I'm trying to get all
Oh, I have this backwards. Let me turn it that way. Okay, so anyway, I'm here on a free speech issue, okay? I looked at the signs. There was no entrance fee. There was a parking fee. So that doesn't really qualify as a private event. So this is a public event on public property, even if it weren't public property.
Back up.
No.
Private property.
No, even if it weren't public property, it's a public event. So I can still come here. So all I do is I just walk up and down and like kind of go around, and anybody who says, hey, what's that? I say, well, would you like one of these? It'll tell you about it. And I give them one of these. You can have one to see if it's not violent or anything like that. But that's what I do. And I go all over. Like 2 days ago, I was in Ocean County, New Jersey. So this is what I do. I'll just be here maybe 2.5 hours, because when it gets dark, I don't want to, it's too hard to see. But I talk to people and, get their ideas on what they think of this. That's all it is. It's just information.
I guess I can't say no.
Well,
I'd rather you not, because what happens is anybody who wants to showcase stuff like this, we sell them booth space.
Oh, I understand that.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but I'm not selling anything. This
They're
is
not selling
just
any, not necessarily selling
free
anything
speech
either.
issue.
I mean, some of them are, don't get me wrong, but they can't sell in the fairgrounds.
Okay. I'm just
You
telling
got
you.
me. You
I'm
got
not
my back
asking
up
your.
against the wall.
I know. I'm not
I
asking your
know.
permission.
But
So
here's
you
the
just
thing.
say
I'm going
you
to
were just
notify
informed.
security,
That's
and if
fine.
they see you doing something other than just having somebody come out, oh, what's this? Then engage in conversation. And I'm going to have you escorted out. Okay.
Well,
But you can walk around until I just don't want you bug. I don't want you going up to these people and say, hey, here's my brochures. This is what it's all about. If they express an interest to you and come up to you, then I'm okay with that.
okay. Well, you have to know the law about that.
Well,
So,
you just told me that you only talk to people that come up to you and say, what's this?
that express an interest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I don't want you walking up to like people sitting here and saying, this is whatever the hell it is. I don't
Well,
even know.
I do have the right to say, would you like one of these? And they can say no, and I do that. So I'm not a pest. I'm really not a pest. So don't fear
We
about
try
this.
and keep this very clean, fair.
I know, and this is very clean because this is actually the truth. And I know you don't understand that,
I don't.
but it
I really
actually.
don't care.
Okay.
I'm going to be very honest with you.
That's fine.
I really don't care.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm not going to change this. You're not going to change it. It is what it is.
Okay.
So.
You a Freemason by any chance?
Do I what?
Are you a Freemason by any chance? No? Okay. Because they all know about it. Hey guys, what do you think?
What do we think?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, Mr. NASA, huh?
It's just a shirt. It's just a shirt.
Yeah. So explain, Mr. NASA. How come that's on the
I
website?
agree with you. I agree with you.
Do you?
Sure.
Anybody want to look? There's 10 things on here.
Yes. Please.
Yeah, there's 10. A sticker? I don't have a sticker. I just have a card. And that's kind of like what it looks like with the dome and all. That's what our conceptualization is.
What do you say about the astronauts? Look back at the
Well, first off, you have to believe everything you see on television. You have to believe there's an outer space. You have to believe that that astronaut's not in a swimming pool, which he is. So
What do you think up there?
I think there's a dome up there. And I don't think there's outer space, vast.
What's beyond the dome?
I think it's salt water. That's what ancient writings say. But other than that, I don't know. There's 10 things in there you can think about. I know that you only want to get so close. I understand. So did you guys have a question? Did you ever think about it? Did you look into it at all?
I actually did a presentation in my English class, kind of exploring it a little bit. So it got.
You did the presentation?
I did a presentation in my English class. I got
Awesome.
kind of deep into it. I started looking into it, kind of got into like a rabbit hole just on the internet.
I actually have a question.
Very
Do you think we
interesting.
went to the moon?
No. You cannot go, it's not a rock. You can't land on it. It's more like a filament, like a light bulb, and it just lights up. And it's even a putrefying light. Moon light is colder than moon shade. Did you know that?
I actually did not know that.
Yes. So, yeah. You guys want one of these?
I'll take one right now.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
will take one.
Well, I'm walking around, and then you guys can stop me if you have a question or anything. Did you want one?
Yes, I do.
Okay, sure. So I'll be around for like 2 hours or so.
All right.
Okay? So think of a really good question. What do you think? Isn't that a crazy idea? North Pole's in the center. Antarctica goes all the way around the outside edge. You can take this home with you and look at it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Would you have a question?
Not off the top of my head.
Well, think of one because I'll be around for about 2 hours.
Okay.
Thanks. What do you think? You want a brochure? No? That the Earth is not a spinning ball like this. Yeah.
Why do you have the globe if the...
Because a lot of people can't visualize. When I talk about curvature and it going down, they can't put that picture in their mind.
Yeah, I have a question. Can you explain like the cycles of the sun to me then? The Earth is flat.
Okay, so here's you mean the seasons?
Yeah, no, I mean like how it turns night and day.
Oh, okay. That's over on the other side. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just turning it around. So the sun is very small and close. I say it's like 10 miles up. That's what my personal opinion is. Feel that warmth, huh? You can feel it.
10 miles.
Yeah, but it's very small.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now the globe model says it's 93 million miles away and it's 400 times the size of the Earth, of this ball Earth. And so it's like it only illuminates part of the Earth at one time, and then it comes around. See?
Do you have any science-backed proof of any of this?
Yeah, actually, I myself, look at this. This is a reflection on a flat surface. You get the line, and that's reality, the line. But if it was a curved surface, you'd only get a little spot like that. And you can test that at home with glossy paper and a light bulb.
Yeah, but it's such a big area. Like if I shine a light from here to there, you're going to see the reflection on the ground, even though it's a flat surface. But even
how do you know that?
Because it's common sense.
No, you got to test it.
Oh, okay. All
because if you look at it, I saw the sun reflecting on a water tower, and it was just it was not big.
Oh, okay.
So you got to really look at those things.
All right. Yeah.
Why don't you take that and my channel's on the back, and you can look up these 2 videos there.
No, thanks. I still.
And that'll show you everything on my banners.
Spherical.
You think it's still spherical?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to look into it before you can make a decision.
Yeah, but I think that's like anything. When you dig into it too far, you get stuff that isn't true, and then you always get the stuff that's pushed by people.
Well, it might take years for you to figure it out.
Yeah, and you can still be researching crap after years.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Or you just can go along with the lie.
I think I'll stick with the lie because it's what everybody knows.
So you're going to stick with the lie. Boy, that's a shame.
Yep.
But if you were in a plane, right?
Because they lie about a lot of things. Go ahead.
You look down.
Yeah.
Something small, right? It's a difference. So.
Okay. So when you're in an airplane,
huge.
When you're in
as it is.
Yeah. When you're in an airplane, the horizon's always at your eye level. It never goes down. And that's what we keep looking for is the down part, and it doesn't do that.
Well, see, I don't understand because there's motherfucker right here, the sun, that's blinding me right now. He looks pretty big, so as it is.
But it's the same size as the moon. I think you need to just look at the 10 things on there.
Can I ask you another question?
Sure.
So do you think the other planets are spherical, or do you think they're all flat too?
Okay, so you asked that question because you believe the Big Bang, that nothing exploded and everything just came into existence. Okay, but it didn't happen that way. Okay. We actually were like some sort of ancient civilization put us together. Who knows? It was created. And I think it's a torus field, and we live on the inertial plane. So we think it's like this, where everything is inside there. And only up until 100 years ago did it ever get those names, the planets. It was called wandering stars.
Okay.
That's what they were
called.
Maybe
that could have been because of the space race in the 1950s?
You know what happened in 1959?
What happened?
Antarctica Treaty was signed by 53 countries. The 53 countries, including what we considered world enemies, they're all on that treaty. They know what's going on here. They know Antarctica goes around. They're all telling us a lie, and that's how they have power and control over us.
So what you're telling me is the Earth is white.
White? No, darling.
Only white people are flat.
Okay. All right, well, have a good day, SpongeBob. It is.
I'm still like 900%.
Well, check out those 2 videos. Just type those videos in.
I'm not really into propaganda.
Okay.
The whole theory you got.
It'll just show what the evidence is. Anybody want one? Can look in. This is about the flat Earth and how you can tell if it's really like this or if it's really like that. So you look at the evidence and then you say, well, where does it fit? Does it fit into this model or does it fit into this? Like the reflection of the sun on the ocean is flat, you get the line. And that's reality right there. But if it was curved like a bowl, you'd only get a spot of reflection. So you can look into that information. There's 10 things in there you could think about. I'll be around for 2 hours.
Great entertainment. Cody Tyler and Double Cross entertaining you from 2 to 5 on Saturday. And Jeff Rick Jr. with his Elvis tribute from 1 to 4 on Sunday. Lots of great food. The Andrew Car and Apple Festival. Fresh homemade apple dumplings, pie.
Hi, interested in looking at this? Okay, you're welcome.
Food available in a lot of the same things you have available here at the fair. You augment that with supposed deep fried items.
Earth is not a spinning ball. Oh, you got it. Anybody else want one? Oh, you want to look at it? Sure. This is all like the bad stuff NASA does. You have a question on any like picture?
How do you think we got to the moon?
We didn't.
You don't?
No, it was made in a Hollywood basement. There's even a song about it.
We've been there like several times. And so has other countries.
Yeah, you know what happened in 1959? 53 countries signed the Antarctic Treaty to keep it secret, and you're not allowed to free explore there.
But what about like all of the satellites and stuff that we have revolving around?
You have to believe that, because you have not seen it yourself. So you have to believe what the government's telling us. And I know it's a very scary feeling, but the government is lying. So why are they lying?
Because the Earth, they're not. The Earth is a ball. It has gravitational force.
I know. I was taught the same thing you were taught. For 61 years, I believed this. 2.5 years ago, I researched this, and I said, this fits. This goes with everything that we see in reality. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so look, when you have a reflection on a flat surface, you get the sun reflecting, you get the line. And that's reality right there.
Right.
Okay? But if it was curved, you'd only get a spot.
Okay, but at certain times of the day, there's a spot. Since it's moving and the sun's also moving, the sun's not moving, but the Earth is.
Are you just like telling me, or are you saying that you've seen this?
I just believe that the Earth
Okay,
is a ball.
all right, I know that. And I used to too, and then I studied this. So that's why I'm saying look into it. There's 10 things, and on the back, you can type in the videos to get 200 proofs. See, this is number 6, number 143, and look into it more.
Alrighty.
Just keep an open mind. Have a good day. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're
I'm
good,
walking
you're
away
good.
from
I
you.
just finished. You're good. You're good. Thank you.
No, here. Take one of my brochures at least.
Oh, sounds good.
I'll be
Thank
around
you.
for 2 hours.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
You too. Hey, anybody interested in looking at the brochure? 10 things? It'll just make you think. You don't have to accept it. It'll just make you think. Hi there. Do you ever think of this? There's 10 things in there. Just make you think a little bit. Okay? Hi guys. Elk country. I'm showing the evidence for the flat plane Earth. Some people take offense at that. I don't care. But there's 10 things in there that you guys should discuss. It'll really give you something to talk about. Have a good day. Anyone like a little brochure to talk about the 10 things? No? Yes? No? Okay. Would you like a brochure? There's 10 things in there that'll make you think. Doesn't hurt much. Yeah, really doesn't hurt much. But you can talk about it. You can even laugh at it because it's a really like a strange idea.
I don't want to be doing any strenuous brain work.
When we see smoke come out of your ears, then we'll call the fire department. Oh, sure you can.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sure.
Thank you.
You gonna get one too? Yeah. Now you're actually gonna read it. Don't just throw it in the trash. Actually read it and think about it. Think what it says, you know?
Okay.
And talk about it. Say, could this be true? You know, that kind of thing. What do you think? There's a brochure, 10 things in there that'll make you really think. And on the back, you can type in the videos on your computer and watch, like, here's number 143 out of the 200 proofs that we have, a video. See reflection on a flat surface? You get a line. That's reality. But if it was curved like a ball, you'd only get like a spot. So there's a lot of things like that we're not finding curvature anywhere. We're not finding curvature, guys. That's the deal about this.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
In our solar system, every planet is round.
Okay.
Why would Earth just not be?
Okay, now you say that because of the Big Bang. Now the Big Bang said nothing exploded and all this stuff came into being. And that's why you think everything is like a ball, right? Okay, so I'm saying that there's a different model, and this is the flat Earth model. And we say that this is really the way it looks, and everything is within that dome. We have evidence of the dome looking at lightning sprites, which are high altitude lightning, and it like poof, you know, and you could see it come off of the dome.
Yeah.
So you've got to look at evidence, and you got to say, where does the evidence fit? Does it fit into this ball, this spinning ball, or does it fit into the flat Earth? Okay? I can't tell you what to think. I'm not going to do that. But
can I ask you one question?
Okay.
Can you explain to me the way gravity works, please?
Sure. Okay. Now, gravity is defined as pulling to the center of this ball.
Right.
Okay. So if there's no curvature, then there's no ball. Then we can't have gravity. But there is a force. Okay. There is a force that makes things fall. I'm not like brain dead here, right? So what could that be? Well, we actually live inside a torus field. Has anyone ever heard of a torus field? It's an electromagnetic field. And we are in here, the inertial plane. So what happens is, here's the North Pole, Antarctica goes around. We are being pushed down by diamagnetism. So I know those are big words, and if you've never studied it, then you're thinking, what is going on? But it's really a push down, not a pull down.
That's only for the top. What about the sides?
I don't know. I don't know.
So the center, they get the sides on there.
They say the dome. They say the dome is only like 73 miles high. So if that's true, then the 73 miles in from the edge, that would be like vacant too, probably. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't have proof of that. The government does know because they go down there. Last year, we had a newspaper article where John Kerry went down there, senator, and they have religious ceremonies. Now, what are they doing down there? I have no idea.
The argument you make on the Big Bang Theory, it does make sense what you said, but I
personally, it makes sense what you said, but I don't think the Big Bang Theory to me makes sense. I personally believe in the more religious aspect of it.
Okay.
So then, how do you explain for that?
Okay.
Why does
I carry this just for some people who bring it up. If you're going to bring up the Bible, then I got something for you. There's 240 Bible verses that support the flat earth. And I'm really happy when somebody asks that question.
May I?
You may. So
you're saying that the earth is flat, like flat.
Yes.
Can you walk off of it then?
Well,
Like, you just
all right,
go,
in 1959, there was a treaty signed by 53 countries after Admiral Byrd did his exploration down there, and they don't let you go there and free explore.
Why is that?
They don't want you to see something there obvious.
What treaty did they sign? What was this treaty?
Antarctic Treaty.
Which states?
No, 53 countries.
Right, no,
countries.
what does it state? What does the treaty say?
It says you cannot free explore Antarctica.
I just don't know how the Earth, out of everything else, is the only flat planet out of.
Well, you don't know that because when you look in a telescope, what do you see? You can't see 3 dimensions. All you see is 2 dimensions.
But then we have
And the moon is only showing us one face. Over every time it goes around, it's only showing one face.
I personally don't believe the moon's even real.
I don't know.
But people,
I can't even do
flat
that.
earthers also think Australia isn't there. Do you think that?
Well, let me tell you something about Australia, which is very interesting. Here, see Australia there?
Yeah.
See how the size of it? On the ball, it looks like this.
Yeah.
So which one's real? I haven't gone there and measured it, but there's definitely a difference, isn't there? So which one's real? You got to figure that out. Do you guys know anybody in Australia who would take a trip? Well, then ask them to go from one end to the other and tell you how big it is.
Probably easier said than done, but okay.
Well, you don't know. You have to look at the evidence. And
When did you become a flat earther?
2.5 years ago, I watched the 200 proofs. First off, I saw it come up on YouTube, and I said, "Oh, I'm not looking into that. That's a crazy idea." I believed the bull my whole life. The second time I saw it, I said, "Oh, those poor delusional Christians," and I am one because I knew the Bible was a flat Earth book.
I'm
Christian or a flat earther, because then it mixes together, and then it doesn't make sense.
Well, and then the third time I heard it, I said, "Okay, darn it now. If there's anything to this flat Earth, there's got to be a working model." And I went and looked for one, and I found one, and it made so much sense to me that I just keep studying it, and I just keep finding no curvature anywhere. I went to Wildwood and took videos of Atlantic City at nighttime, and I got street lights, and that was 32.6 miles away. There's no curve. There's no curve. That should have been down over the curve 681 feet. That's like a 68-story building, right?
So what happens if you're on an airplane and you
Now
keep
wait,
going straight?
wait.
How do you explain the sun's rays hitting Earth?
Because the sun is very small and it's close. And I say, my opinion is it's 10 miles from us.
You think the sun is small?
Yes. It's not, no, that's what they tell you. Who writes the textbooks? The government. So you have to decide for yourself. I'm not telling you to hate the government either. I'm just saying you decide for yourself.
How is that 10 miles away?
How is it not?
Science.
No, this is science. You have to decide which is true. See, we got the 2 models. You figured out which is true.
All right, so what happens?
Is this in the Area 51 raid?
I have no idea.
So what happens?
Sometimes the government makes up stuff, stupid stuff, to make us look stupid. Like, what's that? Flat Earth Society. That's a government-run organization.
Okay, well, hold on. What happens then when you get to the end of the Earth? Or is it like
Like if you're
Minecraft, it just
flying.
doesn't end?
Some people think it doesn't end.
But
I think it's
what
more
about,
like Truman Show.
What about satellites?
I don't think satellites are really up there.
Nope. Then how you get service?
I don't. I think it's all around. Now wait a minute. Remember when we used to lose signal going over a hill or around in a valley? We used to lose phone signal, right? If that was really a satellite, would you lose signal? Now they have a lot more towers out there, don't they? So we're getting better signals now. But I think it's all ground-based,
Can I
but
ask one
you
more question?
decide.
So, so you know.
Oh wait, he did have a question.
All right. So what happens if you're on an airplane and you just keep going straight and straight, and it's like, see how you have your turn
Okay.
out there?
All right.
If you just keep
Where
going
are you?
straight and you never
Are you in
stop.
Pennsylvania here? All right.
Yeah,
now,
just
which
keep
way?
going straight and you
Which
don't
way you
stop.
going? East or west?
Just straight.
West.
West? Okay. Go this way. If you go straight west, you're going to go like this.
But what if we just go from here to there?
It's a circle. Ah, now wait. Now wait. How do airplanes navigate? Compass, right? Stand right here, young man.
Control tower.
I am going to yeah, to control. He's a North Pole, right? And I'm flying my airplane. I'm circumnavigating him. I just went around the North Pole. And that's what the instruments in the airplane do.
Like, what if you're going straight? Like, you're not turning.
What happens if you follow
You're not
this?
turning.
Follow that line right there.
Because the instruments hold you to the North Pole. That's how they navigate.
I do have one question though. So, are you aware of how an aircraft carrier would stay stable, right?
My dad flew off aircraft carriers.
So you're aware there's a giant spinning ball in the middle that creates a
gyroscope.
Right.
Okay.
And it
helicopters have several.
Right. And it works with the forces of gravity to keep it stable.
No.
Yes.
No.
No gravity. No gravity.
No.
Right, I forgot. It works with the electromagnetic.
It works because it's spinning very fast.
Right.
And it's pneumatically operated. They just keep pushing air on it, and it keeps spinning. And that's
who's they? I'm gonna need more specificity.
No, in the airplane. Now, if you guys get nasty, I'm going to have to move on. But in the airplane, the gyroscope is rigid in space. When it's on the tarmac at the airport, it's turned on and it calculates everything according to where it took off. Okay? So if the airplane banks, it shows that it's turning like that. So if it were to go down, it would show it was going down by it tilting. Well, the aircraft is never showing that it's going down. It is not going around a ball. So you have to think about these things.
1, 2, 3. You'll find another religious person.
Have a good one.
What does this one mean?
Oh, well, this is crepuscular rays. You see a big cloud? Do you see it like a cloud with the sun rays coming out? It looks very pretty. The sun rays, those are called crepuscular rays. If the one in the center is perfectly circle, that means the sun is directly above it. Okay? And then you know that sun is right in there. Because look, they're coming out the top too.
Well, how do you explain the solar eclipse?
I don't know. There are other things up there they're not telling us about, though. I think there are other kind of planet things.
Who is they?
The government.
So you can't explain a solar eclipse
around
the moon?
But it's not the Earth. It's not the Earth getting in between.
So you think...
Yeah.
Is the moon round or something flat?
Well, we only see the face of the moon, which is constantly pointed towards the surface of the Earth. You do know that. You only see one face, and it goes around. So I don't know. You can only see 2 dimensions in a telescope.
But we sent rovers on Mars.
Well, that's what you have to believe because they told you that. So you can believe that if you'd like. That's fine. I don't. Okay? Yeah, you have to choose.
So you don't know how a solar eclipse works. Like, how do you believe the moon comes in between Earth and the sun?
I think the moon could occlude the sun, yes. The moon can shut out the sun. That can happen. But the Earth can't shut out the sun.
So how does the solar eclipse work? Wouldn't it block out the whole, flat Earth?
Not if the sun was above the moon, it would still shine past it. And that really doesn't talk about the surface of the Earth anyway. So the physics of water say it's always flat on top. You got to look at the water, think for yourself, and decide for yourself.
So the water's not flat on top.
It's not?
Absolutely not.
Why isn't it not?
For one, when you're in a plane and you look out the window, you can see the curvature of the Earth.
Okay.
You can see the curvature of the Earth from the beach. And if you set 3 buoys
in the ocean.
Okay,
Completely
just
still
about
water.
10 minutes to go till we
Mile
get started
apart
with
from
our
each other.
children's pedal
The center
track
buoy
swimming
is going to be
contest
12 inches higher
in
than the
front of
two
the
outer
small
buoys.
contest
That's
stage
proven
on the
fact.
north side of the ground.
Can you show me that experiment? Where is that? How can I find that? Because I totally disagree with you on that. So, see, when you go down to Ocean City like I did, and I say, here, hold this up and tell me where the horizon is, it's always at your eye level. It's never going down. And I took videos of Atlantic City from Wildwood.
All these pictures from space are BS.
I don't think there is a space. I don't think there's an outer space.
How come ships don't go to the edge of the earth and fall off the edge?
Because Antarctica. Antarctica goes around.
You know it's
See?
not quite, it's a cube. Let's be real.
Let's just take one side of that and I might agree with you.
Everything you're saying is illogical.
Is it?
Absolutely.
By what we've been taught, yes. But by looking at the evidence, this makes sense. And there's 10 things in there you can look at. See? You have to close your mind off and you'll never learn anything. That's fine.
So all the other planets are spheres except for this one.
You don't know that. You don't.
So, all right, getting back to the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse.
Okay.
How comes every single time there's an eclipse from the Earth to the moon, it's always a radius? No matter what position the Earth is in, when you see that shadow on the moon, it's always a radius.
Okay. There are other heavenly bodies up there. Did you ever hear of Rahu, Ketu? And they even talked.
Earth and the moon and the sun.
Yeah, but there's more to it than that, and I can't explain it.
It's impossible for you.
Yeah, everything is within the dome, and there's more up there in the dome. Everything is within the dome.
You don't think there's a universe or a galaxy?
No. And I think the Milky Way is the Great Rift. Did you ever hear of the Great Rift? It's a scar. The Milky Way is a scar.
So how high do you think this dome is?
Well, I've heard that it was 73 miles high. I don't know. I can't prove that.
Couldn't, like 73 miles isn't that far.
Did you get one of these?
Can I have the Bible version?
The what?
The Bible version?
Oh, sure.
But if you said the Earth, like the dome is only 75 feet high. That's not that high.
No, miles.
Miles.
Yeah.
Still, that's not actually that.
I know, it's not high.
Then why
but it's beyond our vision. I mean, look, how far can you really see? Next time you see a school bus in the distance, how big does it really look at? Like 2 miles? It's like this.
People have like telescopes.
I understand that.
That kind of.
Okay, unless you can test it yourself, like the water or finding curvature. Here's Chicago across 60 miles of Lake Michigan. That should be over the curb by 2,400 feet. That's like a 240-story building, and it's not down over the curb. Anywhere you stand on this ball, it should go down from you.
Yeah, but you can only see so far.
That's right. But we have a P1000 camera. That's how I saw Atlantic City. I know this is too much stuff right at one time, but the sun just goes away from us and it goes around. Study perspective.
So you think the sun moves?
What? Study perspective.
So the sun doesn't. You think the sun moves?
The sun doesn't moving. Do you know the book of Enoch? Ever hear that?
I've heard of it.
Remember, God took him up, and this isn't a religious thing. I'm just telling you about the book of Enoch. You can get it online, and I think it's like chapter 6. Chapter 6 says the sun moves around the earth in a circuit.
Amen.
And what year was that?
The book of Enoch.
How many years ago?
It's in the Ethiopian Bible.
Ethiopia, it's not in.
Yeah, that has the book of Enoch. It's in the Ethiopian Bible. They kept it in that one, took it out of the other ones. So you have to decide.
Has anyone read the Odyssey here? Okay.
Does anybody else want a brochure? I'm going to move on.
I'll take it. I'll take 5. I'll take like
Okay,
a million.
here
I'll
you go.
take like 7 of them. How much stickers? Yes.
All I have is this, and you can stick it
All right, thank you. The Earth is flat.
if you want. Here's a brochure. Do you want a brochure, honey?
Do you have magnets? Do you have bumper stickers? Yes, you have bumper stickers.
I don't have any of that. Come on,
You got any poster boards? All right, stop. Got any posters? Stop.
Talk to your dad and mom about this.
I'll take a card. Thank you very
Can I
much.
get a brochure and a little business card?
Sure. Now don't litter, you guys. Don't litter. Got it? No littering.
What about Mars?
Do you want one?
Hey, what about Mars? I got that question.
Mars, they used to be called wandering stars. Up to 100 years ago, they were wandering stars. They're no more than points of light. That's all we can say about them. I don't think you can land on them. Do you want one, sweetie? Sure. There you go. Okay? So just think about it. Even if you don't ever accept it, just think about it.
So I do drag racing, and
I used to do that too. Well, I used to have boyfriends who did that.
no, I mean like the drag racing, like Maple Grove. That
Yeah.
Kind of,
Yeah, the roundy rounds and the wingers and all that stuff.
no, top fuel and that stuff. Maple
Yeah,
Grove.
okay.
Well, I don't do Maple Grove.
Okay.
Maple Grove.
We used to go to Grandview and Penn National and yeah, all that stuff.
You ever heard of MyRock or Maryland International Raceway?
No, I didn't.
It's there's like these booth it's these there's bikes that have the shape of like banana shaped bikes. They're called Hayabusas.
Okay.
It's kind of like that. They're called Pro Street.
Okay. And why are you telling me all this?
I don't know.
Okay.
Speed and stuff, you know. It's
Well, I think that's awesome. That's awesome.
It's going in a straight line, so it's going fast. Right?
Okay, look up railgun. Look up a railgun.
Okay.
That cannot work on a ball.
But
It has to be on a plane.
It has to be on a plane.
A flat surface plane.
Plane.
Railgun.
What about
Yes.
a line?
You know that the
What about a
Suez
point?
Canal is 100 miles of flat. There's no locks. 100 miles of flat, the Suez Canal. Lake Baikal in Siberia is 400 miles of flat.
That explains the Midwest.
Bonneville
Stranger
Salt
Things.
Flats was a lake, a salt lake that dried up. If the top was curved when it dried up, it would have been curved on the bottom, but we call it the Salt Flats because it's flat. And that's where they test all those high-speed cars.
So why does the Earth go?
It's not curved. It's not curved.
So why is the Earth deep then? I mean the water. Why can you go deeper in water?
I don't know. I'm just telling you about the surface of the Earth.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Okay.
So when we go up in space, we can see the Earth is a sphere, and there's no real proof that it's flat from up in space.
Okay, so first off, you have to believe there's a space, outer space, right? Now, let me tell you something about outer space. They say it's a vacuum, right? So say you got a soda can, like your soda bottle. If you were to shake that up, you would know that there's pressure in there. You take that lid off and it's gonna psh, because it's pressure. And there's less pressure out here. Well, you know, we're a high pressure system here on the Earth. But the outer space is no pressure. So how come we're not like jettering out into that outer space? Because there is really none. You need a physical.
We have gravity.
You need a physical barrier.
Gravity.
Well, actually, it's not a pull down gravity. It's a push down, and it's diamagnetism.
Is that hill right there a grass bubble?
Okay. Anyone else have an intelligent question?
Are birds real?
Sure.
I have another one too.
Okay. Sure. Don't litter. Okay. Sure. Now, don't let your parents get mad. Just say you asked for it, right? And don't litter. Anybody else?
You have food tickets?
Huh? I have no idea, honey, what you're talking about. I'll be around for another hour or two, so just, you know, if you have a good question, let me know.
What's the curvature experience? Excuse me.
8 inches times a mile squared.
Is there actually a group of people, like, is this like a group of people, the Earth is flat? Or
We
is it
are all
just-
individuals,
Okay.
but if you look at that
Excuse me, I
website,
am God himself.
website flatearth101.com, there's a whole page where we all go out individually.
Form, all right?
Yeah, and we go out individually in our areas. We have them all over the world, people going out doing this.
So, do you also think, like, the astronauts that went up, do you think they were just staging it?
Yeah. I think it was a lie.
So there is no outer space then?
I don't think there's an outer space.
What about in 1969 when they lifted off from Earth and they went to the moon?
I think it was a lie. Well, see, look at this. Now, when they set up a rocket, when the rocket gets up to about here, the camera changes. And they don't show it on here anymore. They show it someplace else. And that's when they change it to fool us, because this rocket goes right back down in the water.
But like, you hear about like people sending off like their great nuclear missiles or whatever, like go into outer space.
I know there's a lot out there.
They curve
No.
Then how do we
like
how do we not see
They go around the
like
world.
missiles?
I'll shake your hand. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
How do we
They
not
use
see like
gravity,
missiles
and then
and
they launch
rockets
stuff
flying
to
over?
I don't know. You know, the first thing to do is to figure out what the surface of the Earth is. Figure that out, and then the other stuff you'll be able to look into. But you got to figure out the surface first.
So wait, when they landed on the moon.
Here we go again. You're up in outer space. Like, look at the surface of the Earth.
Everything she's saying is 100% factual.
Just look at the surface of the Earth first.
Always right.
Wait, but didn't you say there was no outer space?
No, there isn't. I don't think there is. You think there is? I don't think there is.
You live in the moon.
Yeah, the moon is there. Would you guys back there, would you like one of these?
No.
All right.
And you think the Milky Way is just a whole bunch of stars?
I think it's the Great Rift. In the Bible, when the fountains of the deep broke open and they shot up and then the windows of heaven opened up, I think that's what it was. I think it caused a rift in the firmament and that water came in.
Now, what Bible is that? I know earlier you were saying Ethiopian Bible. There's like a whole bunch of Bibles.
Well,
What Bible do you
this
think
is
that?
Genesis we're talking about.
So that Bible.
Genesis. Yeah. Ethiopian Bible is the same, except it has Enoch and a couple other books in it.
It's not the same.
Okay.
Scientifically proven.
Then how comes when you see a plane go over, you can still see the horizon, but you can't see the plane anymore? Why can't you see it?
Well, it's very small, isn't it? And it doesn't it doesn't take long for it to get out of sight, does it?
No, but you can still see the horizon.
You know how big a plane would be if it was sitting right here?
Crushing us.
Huge. And it only takes 1 mile or two for it to get away where it's like tiny. So think about that. I go kayaking and we went under this huge bridge and we kayaked 2 miles up or down the river. I'm there. Was that the bridge we just went under? It's like this, you know. You got to start looking and thinking about perspective, visualization, all that.
So
okay?
if the sun is only 10 miles away, how is it still light in California, which is like 4,000 miles away?
Well, see, there's elements in the atmos. You know how the aurora borealis is up at